Hello and welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for today's D8 Dungeon Drive. My name is Tom, and I can't wait to run a lovely game of Brindlewood Bay for you. I am a TTRPG personality and podcaster. You can find me on all socials at TomSUR and on Instagram as @podagainst. If you like punk and hardcore music, you can find my podcast there. And I have some lovely players in the stream with me today, and I would love that they introduce themselves as well. Maybe give us a start, Kieran.
Hello. Yes, my name is Kieran. I use they, them pronouns. And I'm here today playing Muriel, who is who's a she, her pronouns, and is very much a fan of the knitted goods, and is here to raise money for a local animal shelter for all vertebrates.
Thank you so much. Vivi, if you would like to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Vivi of Evasia. I'm pretty much everywhere as Miss Evasia. I'm a German in exile over here in the States.
Woo! German represent.
Today, this morning actually, it is not night anymore. I'm playing Mildred. She's also a she/her, just like me. Mildred loves gardening, and she is raising money for the Whaling Reparation Fund, where all the rich people who made money whaling, will now have to fix everything that they ruined.
Awesome. Okay, we are actually three kind of German people in this stream today. I'm very excited. That helps me because if I don't know what a word in English means, there are at least two other people who could help me out. I'm very excited for that. And one of the other people who are also capable of speaking German here is Nova. So if you please would introduce yourself and your character.
Ja, guten Tag. Hi. Hi, I'm Nova. I use any neopronouns pretty much, but I think the overlay here has Caesar for me, which is fine, of course. And I am playing Josephine, who uses she, her. And she will be raising money for queer youth in Brindlewood Bay.
Awesome. So, as you already gathered from that, we are going to be raising money in game as well as out of game. And of course, out of game is a little bit more important because we are trying to raise a lot of money for the Palestinian Children's Relief Fund, PCRF, today. They are absolutely amazing organization that has for 25 years now been helping children in the Middle East by leading medical missions and arranging for children to receive medical care and treatment abroad, as well as sponsoring humanitarian programs in the Middle East. So let those donations coming, please. And to entertain you while you search your couches and your purses for those last bits of money that you have that you are able to donate, we are going to entertain you by playing a game of Brindlewood Bay. It's a murder mystery tabletop role-playing game about elderly women amateur detectives, and it is inspired by Murder, She Wrote and H.P. Lovecraft. It was designed by Jason Cordova and published by Gauntlet Publishing in 2022. And we will meet our three members of the Murder Mavens Mystery Book Club of Brindlewood Bay very, very soon. I just want to remind you really quick that you can and you will be able to influence today's game by donating to our awesome charity. So you will be able to, for example, give players advantage on dice rolls. You will be able to add items to their inventory. Or you might even be able to give them extra clues during their murder investigations. You can check out the Tiltify campaign to see what options you have, and I think we can also put that into the chat. Let me see if that works. Okay, that is not the right one. I tried. Someone from the organizing team can help me out here, but you can also definitely check the Tiltify campaign and you can see the options you have for donating money to help our murder mavens to solve today's adventure and mystery. And we already created characters a little bit because you already noticed that they have already introduced themselves with their names. But I wanted to do one part of character creation together for everyone in stream because I think it's a very cute thing to do and we can discuss this live because every maven in Brindlewood Bay has something called their cozy little place. That's what the inventory is called in Brindlewood Bay. And the game has a mechanic that lets us go around and have every maven introduce themselves and their hobby and their activities and their backstory, and everyone else here on the table can then add an item to the cozy little place. So I would really much like Nova, if you would like to start us off and introduce Josephine a little more closely, and then we will determine what items go into your cozy little place. You're muted.
Sorry,
No
my
problem.
roommate. I had someone knock on the door a second ago.
No problem.
Yeah, so Josephine is in her late 70s, and she is a big fan of cooking. That's her main activity. Sorry,
Yeah, just take care of that for a second.
Could someone else start? Yeah.
Absolutely, no problem. Take care of that very quick. Kieran, please start us off and introduce Muriel to us.
Yes.
What does she look like? What does she do? What's her backstory? What did she do in life before she retired to be a murder maven?
Of course. So Muriel is she's fairly short, quite broad. She's always wearing one costume or another, quite often one that she's made herself. She has grey hair, streaks of white, quite wild. Before going into the Murder Mavens book club, before she retired, she was a secretary at a local firm. She was so she's very much very much good at the mental arithmetic and all of that. Her cozy activity is knitting. She knits her own cardigans. She knits gifts for her friends. She knits little toys for the grandchildren. She'll knit anything and everything without being asked.
Lovely. Is that the kind of old lady that also like knits those covers for like lampposts and stuff in public?
yes.
And every public space around their property is just covered in knitting stuff.
Absolutely.
Lovely. Okay, so now we got to learn Muriel a little bit better. And I would like to ask Vivi, what would you like to add to Muriel's cozy little place? What items would you associate with what you have heard right now?
Definitely some really, really cool bamboo knitting needles. You know, the high quality, super shiny, amazing ones. My mom loves those.
Absolutely. Please add that to your cozy little place. And I know, Nova, that you have not gotten all of that, but we have an old lady that has a hobby of knitting that was in finance and in the bureau and with concerned with mathematics, if I gathered that correctly. What would you like to add to Muriel's Cozy Little Place?
I think in that case, I would add a bunch of those like Sudoku books, or like different puzzle books of that kind. Maybe some crosswords, some word searches, some other kinds of those.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Puzzle books.
And I get to add something as well. I'm interested in how this will help you during the game, but we're playing poker, so it might. I will add a calculator because you're concerned with maths, and it's one of those fancy ones. It's solar powered, and it has like you can't only just do basic arithmetics. You can also do functions and geometrics and everything. It's a fancy calculator.
Thank you.
Welcome. Okay. Then going back to Josephine. Nova, would you please introduce Josephine to us?
Yes.
What do you look like? What's your hobby? What was your life before you joined the Brindlewood Bay Murder Maven Mystery Club?
Yeah. So as I said, Josephine is in her late 70s. She's been retired for quite a while now. She used to work in a little bakery. Just helping both baking and selling goods there. She's been there quite a while, and she is. I have a style down as Blouse-Barn, which is one of the pre-given options here. So yeah, lots of different blouses with fancy little patterns. Yeah, and she's got a bunch of grandkids who she loves telling stories about. And yeah, I don't know.
Lovely. Okay, Kieran, what would you like to add to Josephine's Cozy Little Place?
Given that Josephine likes to tell stories about her various grandchildren, I'm thinking perhaps a wee photo book or photo album with photographs of the various grandchildren.
Love that.
Very good.
Very cute. Okay, Vivi, what do you think would also fit into Josephine's Cozy Little Place?
I'm thinking some of these fancy little measuring spoons that kind of have magnets that stick together, so that she can measure whenever she wants to, and they just stick together afterwards with the magnets.
That's cute. I think that's a very American thing as well, because I don't think we have that here in Europe. That's
because
like,
it helps me not lose mine.
Yeah,
especially the tiny one.
Yeah, get that. Okay, I will add, as you said, you are a grandma basically, so you're very much concerned with your children, grandchildren of various ages. So when I imagine a grandma that takes care of grandchildren, I imagine they have this big handbag where everything needed to keep a baby or a grandchild from crying or satisfied basically is in there, like sanitary wipes, something to eat, something to play, something to read, like a children's book. And I would say you just have a grandchild ready set in your Cozy Little Place,
like a first aid kit for the grandchildren. Yeah. I love it.
Exactly. Okay, then one is missing. Vivi, would you please introduce Mildred to us?
So Mildred is kind of what you expect, a senior lady to be. She's kind of heavy set. She looks pretty jolly. Think a little more Nanny Ogg than Granny Weatherwax. and she used to work for the post office, delivering mail, and now she is at home and she loves to garden and take care of her roses. And she has a trillion nephews and nieces and grandnephews and nieces, but she doesn't have any of her own.
Lovely. Okay, Nova, what do you think would be in Mildred's cursed little place?
Forgot to say, since I wasn't ready to dress up, she's gonna be doing the patched up style. So you always see her in like randomly shirts that she got from different charities or volunteering that she does, and all of her stuff is patched up because of her roses.
So she was, with the mail delivery and all that, I imagine she's pretty, she knows her way around town quite well. She knows pretty much everyone, at least to some degree. I would say she's got like a bunch of old, like various ages of maps of the town, where you can just see all the different construction projects happening if you compare them over time.
Nice.
She can always hand it out to the tourists. And this is where you're going. Oh no, take it. I have 20 more.
That's lovely. Okay, Kieran, what do you think?
I'm thinking a small pair of sort of hand secateurs that can fit inside a pocket, so that whenever she's out and about, if she sees a plant that she likes, she can take a cutting and then plant it in her own garden.
So it's some pruning, some little tiny pruning scissors.
Oh, yes.
So
I bet they're all curly and rose gold, and
lovely and intricate. Yes.
It's not the deadly variety. It's not like those big gardening shears where you can stab someone. It's just a tiny one. Okay. I have something a little bit meta. It leans in the same direction than the maps, but I think if you are delivering like envelopes and post cards all over Brindlewood Bay for several years, you know your way around and you know where people live. You know the addresses of people. So I don't know. You can decide if you want to have like really a notebook where you've written everything down, or you can treat it like more just the memories that you made basically. You have a collection of addresses and fitting names, so you know where most of the people in Brindlewood Bay live actually.
It's probably like a little raggedy little moleskin notebook. Probably, where, because sometimes people live but their name isn't there, or they live there for a little bit and then they move, and that's probably where she would keep track so everybody would get their mail.
Yeah. I wanted to let it up to you how nosy you are and if you really write down the stuff, but you are a murder mystery maven after all, so I think it's really, really fitting. Okay. Lovely. Okay, so now we know our mavens a little bit better, and we also know what they can use during the adventure we are going to embark on. I can also let you know that each of you got one advantage, so you can choose for a roll of your choice. You can give you have advantage on your rolls, so roll 3d6 and pick the two best. Thank you for the donation of that. Thank you very, very much. That's absolutely lovely. Keep the donations coming. You can also at any time add something yourself to the Cozy Little Place if you want. That's also an option. And I want to tell you, because I forgot that earlier, that you also can enter our giveaway in chat and win a bunch of lovely stuff, the stuff that we have in the raffle right now. For example, 2 sets of Dice of Disappointment from Mystery Dice Goblin, a cosplay's Dream Kit from Dreamer Mihi, 3 wonderfully cute ghost dice holders. I've checked them out on Instagram from Arcane Opal. I'm hoping to win one of those. I'm going to be honest. Those are fantastic. I love those. But you can also win 2 digital RPG sets from Green Ronin and from our very own Anya, who just ran the last game. You can win her copper prize crowned Candela Obscura module for you to win. So enter the raffle, take part, and also let those donations coming. Okay, we will now start with our adventure. Brindlewood Bay is designed to be a little bit like one of those cozy crime TV shows that I love to watch, at least very, very much. And so the game starts with something called cozy vignettes. And those are little tidbits that show the Mavens enjoying their time in Brindlewood Bay. And in this case, because we are going to play a poker tournament this evening, I would like you to describe your Mavens getting ready for tonight's poker tournament. Starting with Josephine, please.
Okay. I think Josephine is in the later stages of getting ready, which means hair half done, still trying to decide between a few different blouses, and she has already packed up the snacks she's going to bring.
Lovely.
A bunch of like finger food stuff. Yeah, and just checking the time every like 30 seconds to see, can I still get something else done? No. Yeah, and then hair's not super complicated updo stuff, but like just a little styling in, and she's normally got someone to help with that, but today she's doing it all herself, and yeah.
She will be fine.
She will be fine. She's just a little overwhelmed right now.
That's fine. We all know the feeling. Everyone that has ADHD knows the feeling very much. Okay, the camera is panning over Brindlewood Bay and leaving the house of Josephine and arriving at Muriel's. What is Muriel doing to prepare herself for tonight's tournament?
So Muriel is putting the final touches on a alteration she's making to a cardigan. She wants to look jazzy for tonight, so she's put some sparkly gold detailing down her comfy cardigan. But she also wants to be comfy at the same time. Her hair, well, like that actually, her hair doesn't need to be done particularly because she cut it short, because she got fed up of dealing with it every time she went out. And so she's sitting there. Her little cat is what's the word? Mooching at her feet. Yes, occasionally leaning down, giving a little scritch, and just going over in her head, how do you play poker? Because it'll be her first time in a competitive environment.
Awesome. So very, very much excited for this.
Very
probably.
excited.
How is Mildred doing over at her place?
Mildred lives in one of these townhomes, in Rheinhaus, where there's houses right next to each other, and she has her small yard and her small garden, and she always gets into fights with her neighbors because her roses and everything always grows right over the edge. So she's back there with her little pruning scissors, taking care of stuff. When the alarm on her phone goes off, she got a new fandangled phone from one of her nephews, which first she cannot find. So she's trying to dig through all of her gardening stuff. She's dirty. There's leaves and stuff in her hair. Finally, she finds this. Stop! And then it stops, and she's like, "Oh," and she goes inside and just throws over, a blazer on top of what she's wearing, kind of just good enough, and grabs like one of these big bags, natural fiber bags, with all of her stuff, just drops the pruning shears in there in her phone and just out the door.
Awesome. Okay, so as you're all getting ready, the time moves on and it's slowly getting dark outside, and we're nearing the start of our actual adventure in playing. Today we're going to play a mystery called Dead Man's Hand, which has a complexity of 4, which is just an information I'm going to give you right now, which will come into play later when we try to find the solution to the mystery. And today's mystery takes place in Town Hall and at the Brindlewood County Charity Poker Tournament, which is one of the most popular annual events on the Brindlewood Bay calendar. Members of the community are sponsored to play poker, with the winnings going to the charity of their choice. The tournament is played over 3 rounds, with the winners from each table proceeding to the big finale. The Mavens are all competing in the tournament tonight, and Uriel will be playing in round 1, and Josephine and Mildred will be playing in round 3. So, the atmosphere in Old Town Hall, in the Old Town Hall, is bustling with excitement, and everyone who's anyone in Brindlewood Bay gathers for the tournament. There are poker players and onlookers that stream in through the town hall entrance, dressed up to the nines in their casino night finery, slightly ill-fitting tuxedos, dresses dripping with something that looks like Swarovski crystals, but is probably rhinestones, with chicken feather boas and fancy hats, just trying to be fitting as good as possible to the theme of the evening, whilst maybe not doing all of this professionally. So your various attire very much fits the theme of the night. But I would like to ask you to paint the scene a little bit further. How has the organizing committee decorated the place so it looks like a night in Monte Carlo, actually? Josephine, would you like to share some elements of decoration that are there in the room?
They brought out like a bunch of slightly fancier tablecloths than normally, which hide that these are very old and very beaten up tables with just covered in scratches normally. So it's not so much making it seem fancy, but just hiding the very not fancy stuff.
I love that. Okay, Mildred, what do you think? What is another element of decorations that the committee has put up?
I'm thinking that, they don't really have, they have the lights that are kind of hanging, are like these old school lights that you would see in schools, the long ones. When they're broken, they flicker. But what they've done is they were hanging like these fake crystals off of them to make them look like chandeliers.
Oh, I love that. It's a lovely element. Okay, Muriel, what do we think?
I think that they have taken the theme of making it look fancy by hiding the not fancy elements. They've taken in some curtains from various local venues and have hung them up on the normally slightly mildewy walls to make it look as if there was tapestries on the wall when it's just old curtains that they've found.
I love it. Okay, you 3 are entering the event together. You're soaking up the atmosphere. You're socializing until it's time to settle down. You all sit down in the first 3 rows where the contestants are supposed to sit, and everyone else is sitting behind you, and everyone is exciting, murmuring with each other. Because you can pick up a little rumor that a special guest is going to be attending today. But before you can find out more about that, the MC of the event is entering the stage where there's already this big green poker table already set up, which looks a little bit improvised, but it definitely fits the standard of the event, and it looks at its part definitely. But now a man in a very expensive suit with kind of that smug grin and trying to keep appearances up very much enters the stage, and you all know him as Jeff Simmons, the mayor of Brindlewood Bay, and he is going to host the tournament today. And he opens the event and introduces himself. Good day, everyone. Thank you for all coming out for tonight's Brindlewood County Charity Poker Tournament. I'm sure you're all excited for the competition today, and let me say, this is going to be one of the greatest nights of the year. I am sure of it. We have already raised a lot of donations, $3,815 so far, but keep the donations coming. Your donations can decide who will reach the finale this time. So, if you want to donate to a charity or to a candidate directly, you can do so and make sure that they have every advantage in the books to reach the finale. And this also is another clue for the audience, because you can do so as well. If you check the Tiltify page, you can make sure that one of our or several of our mavens reach the final round. Okay, Mayor Jeff Simmons picks back up. So it's my absolute honor to reveal the participants of the first round. First of all, our very own Muriel, competing for the Brindlewood Shelter for Vertebrates of all kinds. Muriel, come up here. And there's applause in the hall as Muriel, you make your way to the stage and take your place at the table. Also competing is Mike Taylor for the Fresh Start Foundation, who also took it upon himself to cater this lovely event. So if you fill up on the lovely snacks and drinks provided here today, you can thank Mike for this. Then we have Amelia Emerson, who will compete for Brindlewood Fan Newt Sanctuary. And also, of course, you all know her. She has participated several times. Mariah Prescott for the Brindlewood Bay Historical Society. Get up here and take your places, and let the first round of poker begin. And everyone is applauding again. And you see 3 people getting up on stage with you together, Muriel. You see this big, imposing figure, still clad in chef's whites. So you figure this is the caterer. This guy he's tall. He's towering over you basically before he sits down. He has tattooed hands, and he has that kind of tattoos that reveal something about his past. He has a tear tattooed underneath his eye. He has like spider webs on his elbow. So you get a kind of an impression of his past, but he looks very friendly and doesn't look hostile towards you as he takes place beneath you. Then there is a young woman, tall and lanky, with an intense stare, well-worn clothes, and she looks like she has a little bit of mud at her shoes. And this is Amelia Anderson. She's playing for the Newt, the Brindlewood Fan Newt Sanctuary, and then a lady that you can smell before you can see her, basically, because she has that kind of a heavy perfume. Mariah Prescott, twin set and pearls, condescending gaze, and you know her as the matriarch of one of Brindlewood Bay's oldest families. She's competing every year for the Brindlewood Bay Historical Society to keep Brindlewood Bay preserved as the historical town that it is. They all sit down at the table with you, and we can do a dice roll now to see how you fare at the poker tournament. So I would like you to roll your dice. Remember that you have one advantage that you can choose to use whenever you want. And I would like you to roll with either composure or reason to see how well you fare in the poker tournament.
Okay, so I'm going to burn that advantage now, because why not? And
Yes.
I think that Muriel will be rolling with composure here because she's been reading all of these books, and every book that she's read says you have to make sure not to reveal any of your emotions in your face. And so that's what she's trying to do. Is she's looking at her card, she's got her glasses up, and she keeps checking these cards, and she's doing her very best not to reveal anything on the face, which is difficult for her because she's normally quite expressive. That was a 10 on the dice, and then composure is, or I suppose it doesn't matter because it's 10 plus. So, but composure is 1, so that's an 11 in total.
That's a really, really good dice roll. We will resolve the results of that in a minute, but I want to cut over to Josephine and Mildred for a second. What are you doing whilst Muriel is sitting, getting all the spotlight at the poker table?
I'm thinking Mildred is like digging in her big old purse. It's not really a purse anymore. That's just like a big old shopping bag, and she pulls out a whole bunch of like little flyers from like different other charity things and volunteering opportunities, and she'll just try and sneakily put little piles of them everywhere.
Love that. It's really, really cool. What is Josephine doing?
Josephine is also somewhat sneakily adding her own tray of snacks to the buffet.
Don't want to offend you, but mine is better.
It's like sneaking a painting into a museum, basically.
Yes.
This has always been here. It belongs.
Yes. It's like people adding their own self-published novels to the library.
That as well, absolutely. Yeah. What kind of snack did you provide for this evening?
I would say like a. I should have thought of this before. No, some like basically variety of like deviled eggs and stuff like that. Just like stuff you can get in small portions.
Good old German snacks.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a Met Eagle in there too,
Absolutely.
of course.
I love it. Okay, going back to you, Muriel. First of all, thank you very much for the donation chat. You can add something to your cozy little place. Someone donated a bedazzled compact mirror, which is magnifying on one side, and you can add that to your inventory. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Whoever donated that. Awesome. Okay, with your wonderful dice rolling result, you can actually choose what you would like to do. You can either raise a lot of money for your charity, you can make sure someone else loses from the competitors, or you can try to find out something more about the people sitting at the table.
I think that Muriel sitting there is. She was convinced to do this by the other mavens. She is having fun, but her thoughts are I'm here, and I am here for vertebrates of all manner.
Oh.
The people are doing. So I'm going to just try and raise all the money I can. So here we're just raising as much money as possible.
So your main goal is not like, you're not that competitive, you're not trying to kick anyone else out of the competition, but you're trying to raise some money, and you're playing conservative. You collect your chips one by one. You're getting more money, and it's looking really, really good. And at some point you are just use your option that you have. The mayor explained the rules to you, and as you have collected a great amount of chips, actually, you decide to just check out of the competition. So you just say, okay, I will just check those in. Those go to my charity. I can't lose them anymore. So we are good. We can support the vertebrates of Brindlewood Bay, and we let the competitive stuff to the other people at the table, and you check out, and you can join the other mavens down in the town hall as they are onlooking as Amelia Emerson, Mike Taylor, and Mariah Prescott play out the rest of the competition. It is a close game, actually. They are fighting very, very hard for their own charities, and in the end, Amelia Emerson can win with a street against Mike Taylor, who has to leave the competition, and Amelia Emerson moves on to the finale. And everyone applauds in the hall again. But people are more excited because they know that someone special is attending the second event, the second round of the night. But first, Muriel, what do you want to do after checking out of the competition?
I think that she's going to head down, get away from that quite overpowering perfume. Now that she's not being observed, she takes a little packet of mint out of her pocket and puts it onto her nose to try and clear out the smell from her nose. And then we'll head over to the other mavens, and I think that went quite well. I'm proud of myself there.
That was pretty impressive. But you know what? I don't think Mariah would be too happy that Amelia won. She's so competitive.
Oh yeah, it's quite intimidating, and it's I don't like competitive people much. They never seem very friendly. Always seems a bit mean, really. But I'm quite glad it wasn't the massively competitive one who won. That would have just boosted her ego far too much.
Yeah, I mean, it's for a good cause, but man. Yeah,
It feels
I'm
like that's
glad
not
too.
the
I'm
purpose.
sorry for Amelia. She's gonna have to listen to that at the next bridge club.
Yes, I cannot imagine. I'm really glad I checked out now you've brought that up.
That's going to make the finale a lot more bearable for everyone else, though.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
We're just gonna make sure we don't sit next to her. She's gonna talk shit the whole time.
So, at this moment, everyone turns their attention back to the front because Mayor Simmons is entering the stage again and announces the second round. That was a lovely round of poker we got to observe there. My congratulations to our dear Amelia for making the final. And now it is my pleasure to introduce to you the second participants of the second round. We have Michael Threeds participating for Brindlewood Bay Library, Jackie Daytona for the Brindlewood High School girls volleyball team, and Declan Ember for the Partner City of Limerick Foundation. And then I have the immense honor to introduce the star of the evening. Come up here, Charles. Come. And then a man enters the stage who wears that dark red velvety suit. He's looking really confident. He has black hair that's like gelled back over his head. He has a brilliant smile in his face. And if you sit close enough, you can see that on the jacket of his suit there is a little metal pin that depicts an ace of hearts. And the mayor says, "Let me introduce to you Charles Ace Rogers, competing today for the Society of the Kindly Ones, and who is, as you might know, a professional poker player from Las Vegas." And now there is euphoria in the building. Basically, everyone is excited. There's a lot of murmuring and people talking to each other, and that this is prominence basically who is in the hall right now. And the second round goes underway. and it looks very one-sided, basically, because Ace is just handling himself way too perfect, and his poker face is perfect, and no one can beat his play. He's a professional. You can tell from the way he plays. As this round is going on, what do you want to do while you have time for yourselves?
Well, I'm thinking Mildred would try and chat different people up and see if she can figure out why they picked him or if he's connected to this town, because she got something in the back of her mind that she thinks there's some kind of relation or connection to somebody. So I would know to see if I could use the meddling move to gather some information to figure out why he's here.
Okay, absolutely. Please roll if you can find. Basically, what you try to do is find someone to talk to, or find someone who might have more information. What's going on, basically. Okay, please roll for that. Remember that you still have advantage if you want.
So she's gonna use her presence to just talk to all the people that she knows and let's see what she finds out. All right, that is a 9.
That is a 9. That is a hit. With unter Vorbehalt.
With a complication.
You with a complication, exactly. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay. You can find someone who seems as much interested in Ace Rogers than you are, because somewhat to the side, but also in the first row, as it's not the seating order is not that strict. So participants have left trying to get food or some things, but there is a person who uses that to sit in the first row, somewhat to the right, and is staring basically at the poker table as the game unfolds. She has sharp eyes, a charming smile, is constantly taking notes in the notebook, and looks like she's very focused on what happens in the game.
So Mildred is probably just gonna try and nonchalantly sits next to her and introduce herself, and do a little bit of small talk before she brings up the topic of Ace. Other typical, because it's not somebody from here, right? It's not somebody she would know.
Oh, I would say, because you rolled a 9 and not higher, you think you recognize the face. It's not someone you know from the postal package rounds you made through the city, but you think you've seen the face at some events around Brindlewood Bay, but you can't really figure out who that is.
So yeah, she would totally play that. Like, oh hi, could you remind me of your name?
Hi. Oh, of course. Yes. I'm Danielle. Daniel Walsh. You can call me Danny. Nice to meet you. And you are?
Oh, I'm Mildred. I used to be the mail delivery person.
Oh, so you maybe have seen me in the newspaper. Do you also deliver newspaper?
Oh, sometimes, but that is little Derek's job normally.
Ah, I see. I'm writing for the Brindlewood Beacon. Are you one of the participants today?
Oh yes, I am going to be playing in the next round. I am raising some money for the Whaling Family Reparation Fund.
That's so interesting. She makes a note of that. Would you be up for a little interview after your game?
Yeah, sure. I'm not quite sure how much I can tell you that you wouldn't already know, with your smart nose, but that absolutely I can help. So what do you think about the game so far?
Oh, it was a really competitive one in the beginning. Emilia seems to be up to her game. She's the first time participant this year, but I think she might dominate this competition from here on. But of course, with someone like Ace playing right now, you never know. He's the clear favorite today.
Yeah, I'm wondering why such a hotshot comes to our little cozy town.
I actually don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. I don't know. I don't know how Major Simmons got him to come to our town. Actually,
I was trying to remember if he had any family here, but if he
I
did, I
don't
can't
think so.
remember.
And by the way, do you know? Do you have any idea? Have you ever heard of the Society of the Kindly Ones? I have never heard of that, and I'm in Brindlewood Bay for at least 10 years right now.
No, I have never heard of that either. I was wondering if that was one of these new fandangled online groups that just never meet in person.
Might be. Interesting to find out more about that. Okay, what are Muriel and Josephine doing?
I think Josephine is also interested in what this charity the guy is playing for is, because from the name, there's no clue what it actually does. So she would see if there's like any info material on the different charities, anything where people can find out more about them, and just check that.
Would you do a meddling move for that as well, please?
A meddling move, okay. Yeah, since I'm going through there and looking for different clues, basically, I would say that's a reason roll.
Yeah, that makes sense, I think. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'll do that. That is a 9.
That is a 9. That is absolutely grand. Because you will find nothing. That's the interesting part. You check. Several people have done what you have done and try to drop some leaflets or stickers or information about their charities on the buffet table and around the town hall. You find nothing about the kindly ones. Actually, there is no info. And no one you talk to has ever heard of that organization before. You can write that down as a clue, actually, if you like.
Seems like we'll have to ask the man himself, huh?
Exactly. That would probably help, but he is right now playing a poker tournament, so he is not really there to talk, probably. Okay. And cutting back over to Mildred, as you're talking to, as you finish talking to the reporter of the Brindlewood Beacon, you can see in her handbag that stood to the side of the table that there is equipment in that handbag. She has a camera to take photos for her articles, but there is also another camera, like a GoPro, nestled inside that handbag that you can hide somewhere, so you can get some intel information that you wouldn't get otherwise. And it's not yet installed, but she has that in her handbag.
That is interesting.
And you can write that down as a clue.
Just like, who does she want to spy on? Is she gonna like try and listen into the mayor and Ace? She might think she has a scope.
That might be the case. We will find out. While this is playing out, Ace is obliterating the competition. One after one is dropping out, and Ace is celebrated as the clear winner of the second round. No one else has any risk against him, and no one can just by he's flying over all of their heads basically. No one can reach him in playing poker. So you know what you're up to in the finale if you can make it. And just in this moment, round 3 is announced, and
that's
the mayor steps up and goes, "Well, this was a round like we never had before. I think Ace has made his name every honor and will move on to the finale. But we have one spot still open in the finale. Who can take it? Who will win the last spot in the finale? Come up on stage, Josephine, competing for the Brindlewood Queer Youth Foundation, as well as Mildred, playing for the Brindlewood Bay Whale Reparation Society. Then we have Tony Martinez, our high school teacher for the Fresh Start Foundation. May I remind you also that Tony is the reigning champion, but boy, does he have competition this year. And of course, Dan Gardner, competing for the Foundation for the Improvement of Brindlewood County. Come up on stage and let the third round commence.
All right. We're heading up there.
While you are making up your way up to the stage, I can announce that we got a wonderful donation. Thank you so much for Muriel actually to move on into the finale. Would you, as we have already narrated that you dropped out of the competition, would you like to give that to one of your fellow mavens, or would you like us to retcon the situation so you can make the finale?
I can pass it on to whoever wants it most.
Okay, lovely. So let's just say one of the mavens that is at the table will make the finale, and we will see who actually. I mean, you have fierce competition at the table. Tony Martinez is a math teacher at the high school. He knows his stuff. But
Totally counting cards, I tell you. Totally counting cards.
Probably. That is an possibility. Although they have great dealers at the table who take care of that sort of stuff and make competition as fair as possible for everyone. So I would like both of you, Josephine and Mildred, to give me a poker move, either with reason or composure, and we see how well you fare in the poker tournament.
All right. I think Josephine, having worked in customer service for a very long time, has some very good composure. And is just using her poker face to gain an advantage here. And I'm also going to drop my advantage on this.
Awesome.
That gives me a 10.
Very, very nice. Okay, Mildred, what is your result? And what are you going to roll with?
I'm going to go with reason, because Mildred knows pretty much everybody. And she's the one who will look and play the player instead of the game. And I'm also going to use my advantage because she's a tiny bit competitive. Tiny bit. Not Mariah competitive, but but it does not really help her today because that's a 7.
Okay, that's both still hits. So if you want, you can use your rolls to get aside some money for your charity, or to find out something more about the competition, or to make someone lose. But we already know that one of the both of you will make it to the finale. You can decide, but you can decide to use your move to gather some more information. I know you were interested in that before, so if you want to use that opportunity, you absolutely can.
She's competitive, but once she notices that she's not going to be competitive enough to move on, she's probably gonna focus on finding out more about Ace while keeping a moderate amount of money for the charity. So she's not going to do the risky thing. She's not going to
Okay.
be the uber competitive one. I got to make it to the end.
But do you also want to use the opportunity to gather some more information about someone at the table right now?
Let's see. Who would she think? Let's see. So we got the teacher. We got the reigning champion. Oh, you know what? She would be paying attention to Tony because he's the math teacher and he won before multiple times, and she does think he's cheating somehow. So she will definitely try and find out, and pay close attention to Tony.
He's actually, you see Tony as someone where you think, okay, it's the reigning champion. He's got to be smart. He's got to be confident. He is very nervous. It looks like the pressure is getting to him of knowing, okay, there is this absolute pro, and I have to defend my honor against someone who is way out of my league poker-wise. But he seems nervous. He seems fidgety. He's fidgeting his cards. And what you also notice about him is that the caterer, Mike Taylor, is cheering for him very, very much and is rooting for him at the sideline. And you notice that they both are competing for the same society, the Fresh Start Foundation, which you which you learn because you talk. It's not that competitive, not that or a serious kind of a competition. You talk a little bit of the charities, and you learn from Tony Martinez that he supports this foundation that gives criminals second chances in life and helps people get back on their feet. And so he knows Mike Taylor from that, and they compete for the same foundation in this poker tournament. Okay. Josephine, what would you like to use your dice roll for?
I feel like Josephine is kind of going into the game with the intention of getting a bit of information, maybe. But then once it gets going and once she, it goes her way a couple of times, gets laser focused on that and just... focuses on winning basically and makes some decently risky moves.
Absolutely. And you managed to punch out the reigning champion, which gets you some acclaim from the audience in the hall, and you get some applause for that. And people are noticing you now. The name Josephine is now a name known in the poker world of Brindlewood Bay, definitely. And thus it's also no wonder and gets clapped about a lot that you've managed to win this round. Actually, it's quite the tight finish between you and Dan Gardner, who is competing for the foundation for the improvement of Brindlewood County. And Josephine and Mildred is just dropping out and preserving the money she raised for the foundation, for the reparation society for the whaling town that Brindlewood Bay has been in centuries past. So she's dropping out, and Josephine is making it to the finale. Congratulations! Woo! Very well done.
She's a bit surprised herself.
Yeah, it's all about focus. It's all about the right mindset to win in poker. That's what poker is about, basically. Did Muriel want to do something during this round plays out?
I think that Muriel is keeping half an eye on the table because her friends are up there and she wants to be supportive. But she was also intrigued by the caterer, Mike. Because, and so under the guise of I've loved all the food you've put out there, she's going to try to seek out Mike. I imagine it's probably fairly easy because he's massive and wearing all white. And having I'm just going to, oh, Michael, dear, it was lovely playing with you, and this spread you've put on is amazing. Do
Thank you
you
so
do you do
much.
this all yourself, or do you have help? Or
Oh, mostly by myself. I get some bits and bobs from befriended organizations around the town. You see, the fish is fresh from the harbor, and I get some of this beautiful wine down from the valley down in the south. But all the food you can see here on the table, I'm doing it all by myself. Thank you so much. It was an absolute honor playing with you. And he reaches out his hand and says, "Yeah, you can call me Mike, by the way."
Mike, thank you. I
Lovely to meet you.
do wonder if ever I was looking to put on an event myself. Not that I have anything in the works at the moment, but if I was, then how do you have a business name that you use or a point of contact?
Absolutely. I just use my name, but here I can give you my card. And he hands you a business card, and it reads, Mike Taylor, your catering, tailor-made.
I love the pun there. I'm a big fan of puns, me.
Thank you very much. Actually, Tony helped me come up with that.
Oh, you know Tony then?
Yeah, absolutely. He's great. You know, he founded that foundation. This the second Chance Foundation, Fresh Start Foundation, and I know that's just what it's all about, isn't it? You know, I just want this is a special night for me, because obviously I hope that Tony would win, but whatever charity wins, I just hope that they give back to the Brindlewood community, because that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Absolutely. I knew I liked you when I played with you, and I think I know why I liked you so much now.
That's very nice
Thank
of you
you.
to say.
I'm going to have to head now, meet up with my two friends who've just been playing, but I would love to chat with you again later. Maybe learn a bit more about your relationship with reigning champion Tony.
Absolutely. Yeah. It was so nice to meet you. And by the way, special tip from the chef, try the gluten-free cupcakes on the blue plates. They are gorgeous.
I absolutely will. Thank you, my love.
Absolutely. And he moves on. He gets back in the kitchen, gets some more plates out, and takes care of the buffet, that everything's up to date, because you have some time now, a little moment before the finale starts, but Town Hall is getting ready. The first 3 rounds were kind of more casual, where people were eating at the same time and chattering, and the poker was some people were watching the poker and what was playing out there. But now it's time for the finale. The lights get dimmed a little bit. There's spotlight on the table now. It's getting dark outside as well, so it's really atmospheric now. And you can see the light reflecting from the little crystals that are over the neon lighting things. And but the atmosphere is getting there now. Now it's time for the finale, and now it's time to see if anyone can challenge the dominance of Charles Ace Rogers, basically. But you have a little moment to yourselves before Josephine has to enter the stage to compete.
Okay, I'm a little bit nervous about this, actually. I played a bit in my life, but not as much as that guy.
Well, you did very well in your round. I'm sure that it would be lovely if you won. But as long as you enjoy yourself and you get a bit of money for charity, then that's all anybody's hoping for. Just enjoy yourself.
Right. Do you think we get to talk afterwards, or should I ask him during the game what his charity is about?
Maybe ask him during the game if a spot comes up, but if not, then he'll be there anyway. You can flag him down, and we'll be there to support you if he's a bit intimidating.
All right.
Twin
you
fin
want-
numbers.
Do you want to take any special preparations before you enter the stage? Is there any ritual you have maybe that gives you good luck or something?
No, I don't think there's anything specific. She's just gonna get a drink somewhere, and
That's good.
yeah.
So before Josie goes up there, Mildred is gonna just dig in her purse, and she brings out one of her little yellowish pinkish roses. They're like yellow, but they have like the pink ends. And she snipped this morning with her little pruning scissors, and she'll hand it to Josie and say, "For good luck." Just put it in
Thank you.
her little blouse buttonhole.
That's very sweet of you. Thank you.
That's very cute. You can actually get a drink. It's a non-alcoholic event, but you can get a drink from there's a barkeeper who mixes those great fruit drinks basically, and you can definitely get something that keeps you fresh during play. We've got another donation. Thank you so much. Everyone again gets one advantage. You can write that down
Nice.
and use that at your own device. Okay, and now it is actually time to go to the stage and compete for one final time. And Mayor Simmons is already getting onto the stage with his very big and bossy demeanor, really trying to make a show out of it. And he goes, "So, the moment you have all been waiting for. Gather together, people of Brindlewood Bay, to behold the grand finale of this year's Brindlewood County Charity Poker Tournament." Woo! And everyone is excited, obviously, and he introduces the people going up. From the first round, made it to the finale, our wonderful Amelia Emerson, who is competing for the new founded Newt Sanctuary right here in Brindlewood Bay. Come up to stage, my love. Come up to stage. It's so good to have you here. What a game you played in the first round. And everyone claps, and Amelia Emerson enters the stage and takes her place amidst next to the dealer, and looks very proud of herself. Actually, she's very happy with herself and confident. Actually, so just seeing someone in chat writes, "Boo, Amelia!" That's the spirit. I love that. The mayor announces next, and next may be the most probable winner for tonight's event, but we will see what happens. Come to stage, our dear guest, Charles Ace Rogers. He comes from Las Vegas. He plays for Brindlewood Bay. He competes for the Society of the Kindly Ones, and he will star in this event as well. Come up to the stage, Charles Ace Rogers. And Charles, smug as always, enters the stage. He looks like his hair is even more gelled. He's confident. He smiles. He waves to the crowd. He throws air kisses to people in the crowd as well. The crowd is frenetic for him, basically, because his demeanor is that of a star, basically. And the big surprise of the evening, we welcome at our stage, competing for the Queer Youth Foundation of Brindlewood Bay, our very own Josephine. Woo! Make it up to the stage, Josephine.
Go on, you dear.
Yeah. Yeah.
He pulls out a little pride flag out of his never-ending bag.
Adorable.
Josie.
Yeah, she struts onto like towards the table and takes her place there too. Gives the other players a friendly nod.
You shake hands, everyone, because this is now you have to keep the demeanor up. Basically, everyone has to follow the procedures. In poker, they try to keep it as official as possible. And you have a great dealer at the table. She puts on a little show, shuffles the deck, fanning the cards in her hands, making the waves between the fingers, and tossing the cards back and forth like you see in a casino. So you can tell they kept their most talented dealer for the finale as well. And she trained the flourishes for weeks before the event to get them just right for this exact moment. And she does a good job. And you get ready to play. You settle down. You get your focus on. You concentrate. You look at the other players, at Emilia, who is focused as well, at Charles Ace Rogers, who's just keeping it cool. She's just he's not impressed by any of this. He has sit at tables like these and in tournaments like these for a million times. So he is just he's looking at each of you with this. He already knows that he wins. Basically, that's what his impression tells you. And just as the dealer dishes out the cards, you get your 2 cards. You want to look at them, Josephine. And in this moment, lights go out, and 2 shots ring through the town hall. And it's just 1 second later that the lights go back on, and everyone is confused. What is happening? And Josephine, you're one of the first people to see that Charles Ace Rogers is not looking so confident anymore because his chest has 2 bullet holes, and he's laying with his head on the table, a gelled curl dropped onto the green of the table, and his lifeless eye that looked so confident the mere second ago is now staring blankly through the ceiling of Town Hall, where the improvised chandeliers are glistening and painting the picture, illuminating the crime scene that unfolds right before your eyes.
Oh dear.
Oh, man.
At this exact moment, we will take a little 10-minute break and be back with the investigation in just a minute. Or like 10 minutes, probably. Bye. See you. And there we are, back again, just as our mystery murder mavens have witnessed a murder just in front of their eyes. So, let me give you some quick reminders what we're going to do here. We are here at D8DungeonDrive to raise some money for the Palestine Children's Charity Relief Fund. That's what it's called, exactly, PCRF. And we are right now sitting at a wonderful total of $3,885. So let me make something to spice this up. I just thought about something during the break. This is my first time actually running a game for charity. I've participated in several, but this is my first time running, so I was fairly nervous to do this right now. But if we can reach $4,000 during this game, I will promise to run another game to figure out how streaming works and run another game, maybe for charity, until the end of the year somehow. I will make that work. So keep those donations coming. We need the money for children in the Middle East, and you can put me on the spot. So take that opportunity and let the donations coming, because right now we will swap over to the investigation part of this adventure, and you can actually get our mavens some clues that will help them solve this mystery. So check out the options you have on Tiltify. It's also in the chat right now. And then please keep the donations coming. Also enter the raffle that is in chat. You can win some awesome prizes, and it will end after this game, and then there will be a new raffle unlocked. So use your chance to enter this one and win some awesome prizes. Okay, we're going back into City Town Hall in Brindlewood Bay, where pandemonium breaks loose, basically, because there just has been a murder. And people are reacting in all kinds of ways. Emilia is just sitting there at the table, staring holes into the air. It's just basically catatonic. She's not moving. She's not comprehending anything of what happens there. Major Simmons has entered the stage and tries to defuse the situation and absolutely fails because he's not prepared for that kind of scenario. He's just stuttering into the microphone. Everyone, keep calm. The exits are. Where are the exits? Everything is fine. No worries. We will. The situation will be fine. And he's not making nothing better in this moment. Mariah Prescott has gone unconscious. She just dropped off her chair, and people are over at hers and helping her get back to her feet, getting her feet up, and bring her back to conscious. Someone is getting this smelling salts that get people back to consciousness, and she's taken care of. And Mike Taylor is actually the only one who keeps a little bit of composure and is getting some tablecloths and some tables and stuff, just stuff from the kitchen to build blockades in front of the crime scene because he doesn't want to touch the crime scene, but he's just secluding the area a little bit because so there's a little bit of privacy and the bloody victim that is on the table is not in front of everyone's eyes anymore. What do you want to do, murder mavens?
All right, so I'm right next to the guy.
The body.
So, yes. Based on the sounds and where he was sitting and all that, can I tell where those shots came from roughly?
So, would you like to examine the body?
Yes.
Do you want to touch the body for that?
I would not. I would like to not touch it,
Okay.
but just look and at the geometry of the room and all that. And
okay, so I will not let you roll meddling because this is just something you can see. I know you're not handling the body in any way that is more than just looking at it. There are bullet holes at the back of he's dropped down, he's fallen over, and it's hard to see because the suit he was wearing is dark red already, but you can see that it has gotten wet at the back, and there are 2 bullet holes, exit wounds basically, in his back, in the height of in the vicinity of his chest. In the front the chest is, in the back there are the holes, 2 quite next to each other actually. And the shot has to have come from the front of the sitting, facing the front, because they absolutely put him there so everyone can see the star guest of the tournament, obviously. So he was facing the front, facing the audience, so everyone who was sitting in the audience could have shot Ace Rogers, because Rogers Ace Charles Ace Rogers. That's what they call it. You can use those interchangeably.
While Josie is doing that and just like clocking the angles and stuff.
Yeah.
You see Mildred grab inside her big old bag and pull out a smaller first aid bag because her maven move is actually which is like her special ability, her playbook, which is the R. Quincy, the Dr. Quincy one. She has a medical background, and for that I chose that she used to be like a volunteer EMT.
Awesome.
So I want to use my cozy item, the medical bag, and kind of just like go over and act like he's not actually dead yet, because we don't 100% know that. So she's like move back, give him some space with her tiny first aid bag, and getting closer, and then I want to see if I can use my meddling move to like check his body, or try and save him.
Okay. Yeah, then please give me a meddling move. Remember that you still have advantage.
Oh, she got advantage anyways because she's using her
Yeah,
multi-attack.
absolutely. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's just if you use your cozy item, normally you have to mark it off after you use it once, but because this is her special maven move, she gets to use it as often as she wants to. So she's like, yeah, let's see if we can save him while she's sneaking for clues.
Mavens
Alright.
are getting involved, yeah.
All right, and that's an 11.
That's a really, really good result. Okay. You step up to the body. You can't do an abduction, basically. It's not possible to cut the body open to reveal anything. But you have really good eyes. You know what to look for. And interestingly, what you notice is nothing you see. You don't see anything. You step into something. Because as you go to the body, you check the body, you try to prod in the bullet holes a little bit, not too far, but like, oh, is that really a bullet hole, or was it just really sweaty?
Where's he bleeding from? Where's the blood coming from?
And as you do that, your foot steps into a puddle underneath the chair, and you can see that there is not only bullet holes that are in his back, but there's a bullet hole in Ace Rogers from underneath, that went through the chair and from upside down, from his bottom up in through his body. And you can mark
We
down.
shot up the butt.
I didn't want to say it like that, but that's basically what happened. So you can mark down a bullet hole in an unexpected place inside the body of Ace
Hey, well,
as a
I found
clue.
a cool clue. So yeah, as she's like, taking his pulse and looking at Josie like kind of gesturing towards the, because it's probably visible, of where we are, and she's like,
Josephine, you pick up that Mildred is trying to show you something.
Yeah,
You're not sure because she's just pointing at Ace's butt, and you're not sure if she wants to show you this dude has great behind, or but she gets your attention.
I get up and I guess I was already standing next to him, and just from under there. That's.
I mean, what is down there? It's not like somebody sat under the chair.
I would hope so.
Did they? Did they sit
I mean,
under the chair?
they must have if they shot him from there. But that's.
Was it more than one person? Was it a trap?
I mean,
If old Tom set up one of the shotgun traps again, I'm gonna be mad.
There were only 2 shots, though, were they?
Yeah, you're right. That would have sounded different. He used to do that every time I brought him a package, trying to trip me up. Geezer. Yeah, no, he's dead. I'm sorry, I can't. No, he's dead. Call Cooper. Call the sheriff.
I think that's the point where Muriel enters the scene here. And having heard Josephine saying there were only 2 shots, though, she'd pipe up with, well, are the 2 shots in his back definitely new? Could they be older and someone knew about them, someone who knew him intimately, to have seen his back? And so they did 2 shots.
That's. How would that work?
I don't know, but maybe if there was a bit of. Do you remember in the case of the severed finger, there was the young man who had the young man who had lost his fiancée, and when they found her, it wasn't really her. It was someone who'd been made up to look like her, and the reason that they knew it wasn't was because she didn't have that birthmark on her chest that the fiancé knew she had. What if this is the reverse? What if these bullet holes are actually makeup?
So he was
We'll try to smudge
ignorant?
make.
Or no?
You think they're fake? And she'll try and put her finger in it.
You put your finger in it?
She's wearing a glove by now, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Would you like to make that a meddling move, or would you just like to touch the thing?
I mean, if we're doing that, we might as well make it, you know, a meddling move and see if she can find anything in there. If there's, you know, if there's
Okay.
something we can figure it out. If we're doing that anyways.
I think what you might want to do is take the jacket off, basically. That might help. So please roll for that, definitely. You still have advantage if you want.
Alright. That is, I'm rolling this with composure.
Okay,
Because she
yeah,
has to
sure.
keep up.
Thank you for keeping that in mind.
Yeah, that is just she has to look like she's not, you know, she knows what she's doing.
Natural, just natural. She's not out of place.
No, she's still trying to see if she can do something, right? That's a 9.
It's a 9. Okay, so you are able to get off the jacket, and you see that there are still bullet holes in the back of Ace Rogers. And what you've hoped for, what would have been great, is if the bullets maybe would have stuck somewhere, if you could see the bullets. You can't. There's just a hole, and there's something. There's blood eeping out of that, so you can't really tell what caused the. You can't really tell what caused the hole, basically. But you know, you have a bloody jacket in your hand that is covered in blood, that has two holes in it, but you can't really tell what was
I'm guessing
the reason for that.
one on the tail that he sat on, and like one, and then one from the front or from the back.
It's actually okay. I would not. It's not a frack. It's not a tuxedo. It's just like a blazer jacket. So it's 2 in the back, and 1 which would probably be a little to get too much attention to you. But if you would lift him up, there would be 1 probably in his butt, in the pants.
So there might be like an exit somewhere. Yeah.
There's
Not to be too
definitely
picky.
2 holes in the back of the jacket.
Yeah.
You can write down the jacket as a clue if you like.
Absolutely.
Are there, in the back of the chair, are there the bullets there, or anywhere else that would have logically gone from there?
From the chair, shooting upwards, there's just one place where you would imagine where that bullet would be, and that is inside Ace.
No, I meant the other ones.
They might, because you have an exit wound, they would be behind the stage or in the back of the stage.
Okay. I'm gonna go look for those, actually.
Okay.
I might follow Josephine there, because we got a gift earlier of that lovely bedazzled mirror with a magnifying glass on it. So to look closely at these bullets, should we find them, that can be maybe of use.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
Mildred
I'll come
will
with you,
let
dear.
them go, and she'll pick up her phone and try and call the deputy, Sam Cooper, and say, "Hey Sam, I'm sorry to say, love. Yeah, girl, I'm sorry. There's been a murder. He's gonna call you. Just come over already."
So how are you feeling, Josie? You were right there. That can't have been a nice experience.
Yes, still a bit sort of rattled. That was very scary. I am quite glad that whoever did that didn't have a vengeance against me, apparently.
You can absolutely write down the scared condition. I think that is appropriate in this scenario because you just witnessed murder like happening 2 meters away from you. So
Yes, and also there was probably someone under the table shooting him, so that I didn't notice when I sat down.
That's terrifying.
Yes.
Here, we'll take out a flask of tea and just pour a cup. Tea, calm your nerves.
Yeah, that's very good. Very good. Just also gonna look through her own pockets and get out half melted chocolate bars.
So just for me, because I didn't quite catch it, Mildred, did you call the police or who did you call? You called someone?
You muted.
You're muted.
Muting is a free action. Yeah, she would have called Sam Cooper. Sam Cooper is the deputy. She's not the sheriff. And
Okay.
and she knows her from being, around, and she knows that, Sheriff Dalrymple will call her in from her day off. So she's just like, I don't want to deal with the sheriff. He's annoying. So she's gonna call Sam and be like, hey Sam, he's gonna call you. Come on, girl.
Sam is a woman?
Yeah.
Basically, okay. Yeah. So yeah, she tells
Samantha.
you she'll get there and she's basically like, oh, not again. Because Brindlewood Bay is one of the it's the city in America with the highest crime rate. Sam Cooper, the deputy Sam Cooper, was just enjoying the one day off from dealing with all the bullshit that's happening in the city, and even then she was crossing her fingers that nothing would happen at the poker tournament, and now shit hit the fan, and she tells you she'll be there, but you get the feeling she will finish her coffee probably, so you have some time before she makes an appearance. Okay, that brings us back to Josephine, to Josie, and to Muriel, who are investigating the stage at the back of the stage. How do you want to do that?
I imagine it's a bit darker in here, so I'm just going to look for a light switch first. And then basically just based on where he sat, look where the bullets would have gone from there and see if we can find them on the ground anywhere. Because
there's not really a light switch because the light is handled by basically the event management and the technic team, basically, because they have the spotlights and room lights and everything, and the backstage is not the room that needs a lot of light, but the light it's dim, but it's not dark where you are.
Yeah, and you just get out the just examine the floor and the walls and see if we can find those damn bullets.
I think maybe just suggest, well, if he was sitting opposite this wall, shall we perhaps just split up a little bit? If you take that corner and I'll take this corner, and hopefully, rather than us you checking up and me checking the same place.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea.
Yes, break up the party. Oh, nothing can go wrong.
Okay, yeah,
Of
sure.
course not.
So you go searching. Basically, you start at each end of the stage, and you go searching towards each other. You're not that far apart from another, but I would like the both of you to roll a meddling move with presence, please, because I think that's appropriate for investigating and finding something.
Presence, okay. Ooh, that fell off the table, but that's a 12.
Oh,
Ooh.
that is very impressive.
That
Okay.
was a 4 from me.
Oh,
So that balances it out.
Okay. Yes. So we will unfurl what happens with Josie first. You follow the trail of you follow the back of the stage basically and search for every instance, and you're just very with yourself. You're very focused on that. You're not very much paying attention for what Muriel does. You just go and check. You check the stage, and you shine your light, or you try to find stuff on the floor and look for a bullet, basically, which is really, really small. But what you actually find is a pistol that someone discarded, and that is laying behind a curtain. And it's a very nice gun that has Verzierung. Sorry.
Decorations.
Going all over the place. That look like the playing card symbols, like a club, like a heart, and that stuff, and then a spade. That's all over the gun, and it looks really fancy. It looks expensive, actually. And the moment you get up and try to tell the other maidens, "Oh, look, I found something," there's something that catches your eye at the back of the hall, actually. And you look down from the stage, and just behind there, where the buffet is, in the right corner, there is a man wearing a jester's costume, and he can be seen dancing around there. And just as you make eye contact with him, he pulls off his hat and he puts this under his arm, and then vanishes, and he's gone. So you can write down a decorated pistol as a clue, and you can write down a void clue.
Oh boy. Okay, and void clue is man in jester outfit.
Exactly. Man in jester outfit that pulls off his head.
Oh.
Oh, there's
I
a
wasn't
specific
sure if
name for this creature. It's the headless horseman, and they have a special name. And my daughter told me, and I forgot. There was one of her hyper focuses this week.
Oh, love that. It runs to the family. I know.
Yeah, we're all weird.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Lovely. That the word you were searching for is lovely.
We're the good kind of weird. Oh, it's a doulahan. A doulahan. That's what they're called.
Cool. Write that. You can write that down in a document. I don't know how to pronounce or spell that, so that's cool. But that's cool. I like that.
If you could add that to my note.
Yes.
And
it's from Celtic mythology.
Love that. Love Celtic mythology. And Muriel, while Mildred is making acquaintances of the third kind, you are still trying to find the bullets, and you are just peeking around a corner of one of the curtains, basically on the opposite end of the stage, as you see a movement, and suddenly a shadowy figure swings something right at your head, and then everything turns black. And the other two mavens just heard, "Ow!" and someone dropped to the floor. And the figure, basically, you can't see that anymore. The figure hides back, vanishes again in the shadows.
Ooh, ooh.
Ooh,
Can
do I want
can
to
we-
take a crown?
Yes, somebody take a crown.
I think I'll take a crown of the Queen here, please.
Absolutely.
And I think that, let me just check what the specific flashbacks are. There we are.
Maybe I explain that
we're
really
going to
quick for the audience. So
yes.
this is a really, really cool mechanic Brindlewood Bay has. It gives you the ability to retcon something. If something happens in game that you do not like, you can put on a crown, the crown of the Queen or the crown of the Void. Then you narrate something like a flashback or a cute little scene, and then you can change what happens in the story. This is one of the mechanics that give you the feel of that like TV show stuff where you just go back a scene and then replay the game with another scene. So that's what Muriel is doing right now.
Yes. So the flashback I'm using is your fondest memory with one of your children. So I think that this is actually fairly recent. The child is all grown up. Child's maybe mid-40s at this point. It's just after. It's maybe a couple of years after Muriel's late wife and the child's mother has passed. And the two of them are sitting. There's a park in Brindlewood Bay, and there is a I don't know the English word for this, but a small lake. I'd call it a lochen.
A pond.
With a pond. There we go. Thank you. With a weeping willow, and so the two of them are sitting underneath. There are blackbirds singing, and they are reminiscing about Muriel's late wife, and the child brings out a small vase pot that her mother had made, and starts telling the story of the day that the two of them had gone to the local pottery and had sat together and had recreated Ghost playfully. And so and the day goes on. There's more of this kind of story from both of them. Gloaming comes, the blackbirds stop singing, and the two get up. They feel refreshed. They've remembered all the good times, and they are looking forward to more just with each other in future. And I think that is the memory. And as Muriel remembers this day, it brings her a bit of pause, and so she doesn't quite step forward at the moment she was going to, because she stops as she's hit with this memory, and so the heavy object whooshes past her rather than hitting her as it would have done.
Exactly. So and you see a person running off, basically. Thank you so much for sharing this first. I love those little scenes. I really much enjoy this mechanic, actually. It's really cool. You basically gotten away, and that results in also you finding something on the floor as the person is getting away. And you find a bullet. You find a bullet, and it is obviously a bullet that has been in contact with the body recently, because there's blood on the bullet, and it also looks like it's fired because it's deformed, and it's you can see when you fire a bullet through a gun, there's always will be like scrapes at the sides, and it will have like those residue of the gun cannel where the bullet flew through. Basically, I don't know how to.
Barrel.
Yeah, the barrel. Thank you. That is the proper word. Thank you very much. And you pick that up, and what you can see on that bullet is that it is a bullet that had a name engraved inside it, but you can't tell what the name is because it has been scraped so much and there's so much blood on it, and the name is basically destroyed, but there has been a name on the bullet. So you can write down as a compromised clue a bullet hole, a bullet with a name on it that you can't read.
Thank you.
I imagine at this point you hear Josie on the other end of the stage, having shaken off whatever that was, and I think I found a weapon here, and just picking this gun up like with 2 fingers.
I have a bullet over here as well.
Oh, all right. She rushes over and just, okay, what's the point of interest? Do these 2 belong together?
Try push it back into the barrel, backwards, see if it fits.
Yeah. Could this bullet? Yeah. Okay.
I would just say that is something you can just do. I would not make the roll for that, I think. You can fairly easily tell that this bullet is too big for the gun.
Okay.
So maybe the 2 shooters theory is back in play.
Yes. And then if this was, then this would have probably been the one from under the table. Are there still bullets in that gun?
Sure, you can check it. It's like it has a it's like a revolver with like a rolling mechanism, and there are still 3 bullets left in the gun.
Out of
you
6.
Pop it open. Out of 6. Yeah.
Okay. And I guess is it like, I don't know, can I tell if it's been fired very recently? Like, is it warm? Is it there?
I would say you would need to roll for that.
Actually, can Mildred, make when she makes her way over, and before Josie makes that roll, can I do the Gold Crown mystery move, please?
Absolutely, sure.
Right.
So once per mystery, one of us mavens can say, this reminds me of something that happened to Amanda Delacourt. Amanda Delacourt is our favorite sleuth. She's our Miss Marple. So one of us could say, man, this reminds me of this case. And we got to name the case and say how Amanda got out of it, and then we can get a 12 on a roll.
Nice.
Or tell the keeper a fact about the situation, and he has to incorporate it. But I think I would like the roll. So she will walk up and look around and look at all of these and listen to them talking. And she's like, this reminds me of something that happened to Amanda Delacourt in the mystery of the bangs in the night.
Bangs or the banks?
Bang. Like in a cartoon. Like instead of the shots in the night, it's bang. And it probably on the book it had the bang font on it, Don't you remember how she was trying to figure out how that person got shot, and she used her powder mirror and to throw back light to figure out the angle? because she doesn't have these newfangled lasers.
Oh, yes. Oh, I found this in my pocket earlier. Can we do the same thing?
You got a mirror.
Yes,
Good,
I have
we
a
could
mirror.
figure out where the shots came from. Who must have shot this? Because
Yes.
if there's more than one gun, there's more than one shooter. Where did they shoot from?
Oh, very exciting.
Okay, so the
a
bullet
very
was right here, and here's okay. All right.
It's find a clue.
Absolutely. So, Mildred, do you
I'll
want
find
to
clues.
roll a meddling move to see if you can use the mirror to, or do you don't need to move? Do not need to roll because you have the crown mystery. I see. Okay, so
Mhm.
that gives you the opportunity to get another clue, and you can actually you check out the position that Ace is in, and there's a blockage because Mike built like stuff to obscure the body a little bit, so it's not on full display there, and there's a little bit of decency. But it's quite easy to tell from the angle the shots came that it came from the front left from your perspective of when you look from the stage into the thing, and from the right if you look at the stage. That's where the bullets came from. That hit Ace Rogers in the chest.
Right. I'm gonna write that down as chest shot came from stage left.
Yep.
Oh, I've never done anything so forensic before. This is exhilarating.
Yes.
You can see why Amanda Delacourt loves this sort of thing.
It is so cool. So cool to figure this out.
It is.
Would you, Muriel, still like to inspect the gun you found? Because I think you were in the process of doing so to see if it was fired.
Yeah, Josephine was gonna
Josephine, I'm sorry. Okay.
look at that. Yeah. My my grandson Aiden, he's all into this sport shooting stuff, and he took me along one time. That was very loud and a bit scary, but yes. And she's just gonna feel the barrel a bit and see if there's like smudges or.
Yeah. You inspect the barrel, so you already have cocked open the gun to see how many rounds are still in there. Please roll me a meddling move with, what would you say, composure, or would you rather, you can choose if you want composure or physicality, whatever.
I feel like this would be it could be a composure thing. Just trying to remember the stuff from
the movies, basically.
From the movies and from the things the grandson talked about. Yeah, that is. Can I decide to do advantage after I roll?
Yes, it's fine.
And I'll do that. Well, that's also one. Okay, in that case, it's a 7. Composure, it's an 8.
It's an 8. Okay, that's quite a good roll. You can tell something very quick. No one has fired this gun because when you cock open this thing and prod around in the barrel of the gun, you feel something stuck in the barrel. There's something inside, and as you pull it out, there inside the barrel there is a piece of paper rolled up and stuffed inside the thing, and you can fold up the paper, and you can the problem is with it, it is badly smudged. Someone did not think about the pen or pens or like the pen they wrote it with. So it was like ink, and when they rolled it up, it's smudged, but you can still see the name Ace and an exclamation mark as something like as the addressee of that, and then the other stuff around that is smudged and has wrote together as this thing was wrote together and stuck and prodded inside this gun. So you can write down a smudged letter or something,
Okay.
a smudged message to Ace stuck inside a gun.
Oh. So this was not what shot him from
They
beneath.
tried to make his gun blow up, or did they just want to leave him a message the next time he cleans it? This is so twisted.
Do you think we should probably ask some people about this? Nobody knew Ace here, didn't they? Did they?
The major did.
Well, I might go talk to
Because-
Jamie, you know, the journalist.
Yeah, this might have been his. It would fit with the whole motive.
And he's a woman, Danielle.
Yeah, Danny is her.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a horrible habit of doing that. I did that to Josephine too and wrote Josie. Is
It works for Josie.
an endearment? Yeah.
Yeah.
I tend to shorten shit.
So someone in chat has donated another porcelain doll. That means someone of you is getting something for the cozy little place. But the person has not written down anything that you get. So either if the person would like, they can write something in chat right now, or chat can suggest something. Other than that, if you have something what you say that I would need that right now, or that would be really helpful right now, you can also make suggestions. So if chat wants to suggest something, I will have a look at that, or you can come up with something. But we will add another object to one of your cozy little places. And thank you for the donation. It's really, really, really appreciated.
Thank you.
Okay, we are want to talk to people.
Mhm. Yes.
Who do we think might be doing this? I mean, I always thought Tony is cheating, and he's been looking mighty nervous today. So, but I don't know how he would have done it from
Yeah,
where he was.
If
But
if
Mike,
it was just about winning this tournament, they surely would have resorted to something else than murder, right?
the
Or done
charity.
the murder beforehand.
Tony and Mike are both raising money for a charity for people who are getting out of prison and getting a fresh start.
Yes.
Yes,
Do we think Ace may have been
And-
opposed to that, maybe?
that, but also think about how many criminals there are in Las Vegas and in the whole gambling shenanigans. What if
Yes.
there's a connection and they're helping Tony win by also, I don't know, evening a score?
Right. So maybe Ace, well, upset some people over there, and then,
So we might have to talk to Mike, because you know what? I'm not sure if we're going to get anything out of Tony and his nervous
Yes.
Nelly.
yes.
So you want to go talk to Mike. After he put up the sheets and everything, he went back and to the kitchen and also to the buffet and get everything off the buffet and look what he can save, because he thinks no one is going to eat. I mean, apart from the 2 to 3 people who resort to panic eating, like I would do probably, a lot of this stuff is just going to get wasted if no one takes care of getting that back to the fridge or to the freezer or taking care of that. So he's maintaining this, and can't see him right now, but he's like going back and forth, and he's probably somewhere on the hallway or something, so you can find him. Also, $90 to the 4K, so keep that donations coming, and I will have to run a streamed game until the end of the year, so make that happen, please.
Maven sequel, in for it.
Exactly. Maybe that would be lovely. I would love to do that. You can do it.
Yes.
Okay, so you find Mike quite easily. He is just coming back into the town hall, holding nothing because he just came back from the kitchen, and just wants to pick up the last bobs and pieces from the buffet. But you can go talk to him.
All right. So are we doing that all together, or are we splitting up for this?
I could probably go talk to the journalist too.
Mhm.
See if we can find out if she because we were talking earlier, trying to find out why Ace was here, what his
Yes.
connection to our town was. So I can go check on that.
So you do that. I would say someone should talk to the mayor. Someone should talk to Mike.
Okay. Well, I already spoke with Mike, so I'll go and beat Mike again. He might
Okay.
be a bit more relaxed around me.
And I'll do the mayor because we were. I'll just play up the. Oh, that was so scary.
Okay.
He makes everything open up.
Which one should we resolve first? Who wants to go first?
I would think Mike would go first.
Okay.
Oh, a pair
So
of glasses.
Muriel, you are schmoncing up with Mike. You can.
Wonderful verb.
You were already talking. He knows you. You are fond of each other now, and he looks friendly at you when you get near to him, and he says, "Oh, Muriel, I hope you're doing all right. I'm so sorry for what happened. This is highly unusual."
Yes, it was not the best end to my first poker tournament, but it could have been worse. It could have been Josie. Take comfort in that.
I mean, I don't know, Ace. I don't want no one dying here, of course.
No, of course not. Would you like another pair of hands? Someone to help you pack all of this up?
It's not a lot anymore, but if you can hear, I don't know where those deviled eggs are coming from, but you can take them to the back, of course, if you like.
Of course, I will.
Or if you want, just keep them. I bet half of this food is going rotten anyway, because who will eat it? I certainly can't eat that much. I mean, I'm a big guy, but like even I can't eat a buffet for like 100 people. So just take home whatever you like. The cupcakes are
In
good.
fact-
Did I mention that?
You did. I've not had a chance yet after the murder, but
Yeah.
I intend to get round.
They were velvet cupcakes to make it worse.
My favourite. Okay, yeah, that just pours salt in the wound of this whole sorry business. I did come to help. I'm also interested. Did Tony know Ace at all? Just being reigning champion and all, is there some connection there? I know that there's a lot of former convicts in Las Vegas. I wonder if maybe they had a connection and Tony was trying to reach out to Ace and helping to expand the charity somewhere new.
Okay, I would say that is a meddling move with like presence.
Yeah.
Let's see how you do with that, trying to fleece some information out of Mike.
That's a 5 in total.
That's a 5. Okay, that is a miss. Mike is quite offended because it's like, or like not offended, but it's like, oh, Tony is just the best. But like in terms of contact to Ace or players from Las Vegas, I mean, Tony is he's a math teacher, you know. He plays poker in his free time. He has this group going on Saturday evenings, and they play just for fun. I don't think he has anything to do with the seedy underground of Las Vegas. Real.
Okay, well, thank you for helping anyway. I mean,
I'll
take these devil eggs away, but
what we could do at this point, if you would like to have a chance at getting a better result in this, is we could cut to a short commercial break, because this is a TV show. And I would like to make use of that mechanic as well. So I will give you a prompt that is poker themed, and I will need you to give me a little commercial for that company, and then you have automatically your result gets one Stufe better. Level better, exactly. Okay, so would you roll me a d6 really quick, please?
It's a 5.
It's a 5. Okay, could you please narrate a quick commercial for King, Queen, and Jack, mattresses in every size?
Love it.
Do you ever feel like whatever bed you're in, there's never enough room? Maybe your partner takes the duvet. Maybe your dog takes up the entirety of the bed. Maybe it's just that your mattress, it doesn't have the springs it used to have. You've turned it, you've rotated it, you've done everything you possibly can, but it's just not comfortable anymore. Come to King, Queen, and Jack mattresses. We have the widest selection of new and lightly used mattresses anywhere in Brindlewood County. And if you come to us with and quote the name Delacour, we will give you 10% off any mattress you choose, as long as you also buy a bed frame at the same time. So come to King, Queen, and Jack mattresses, and we'll make sure you get the royal flush.
I love it. Thank you so much. And now we're back with Murder She Wrote. No, Brindlewood Bay. And we step back in the scene where Muriel is just trying to get some information out of Mike Taylor, the caterer. And with this infomercial, your result just went up one level to a 7 to a 9. So you actually get something out of him. And he says, well, I don't really know anything about like Tony and connections to the CD Las Vegas Underground, but as you mentioned Ace, I saw something earlier. You know, I'm doing kind of everything here. I'm doing the catering, but I also, you know, the high rollers here, mainly Ace basically, they have backstage rooms, like they have like dressing rooms where they can suit up and chill before the competition. And I cleaned in there a little bit. I tried to get this back up. He was drinking quite heavily in there, and maybe that's what the Las Vegas players do. But I saw this. It was a suitcase. It was like a briefcase that was there, and I'm trying not to be nosy, but there was a banknote hanging out of the suitcase, out of the briefcase. So I just got a quick glimpse of that. I don't know if it's there anymore, but that's what I saw.
It is very interesting. Oh, thank you. That's really helpful. That'd be really helpful.
Just sharing what I saw. I didn't think much of it at that time. I think someone like Ace probably has a lot of money, or I don't know. Didn't try to give too much thought to it. Just try to use my second chances, you know.
Yeah. No,
not thinking about other people's money is a good part of that, I think.
Yeah, no, I mean, everybody could learn from that. I'm sure you're a good person, and you do
Thank
good
you.
things.
I'm just trying my best.
That's all anyone can ask. Thank you. And we'll head off with the deviled eggs, probably eating one on the way. Because she's a little bit happy here with herself, and she's forgotten slightly that there's meant to be a solemn occasion.
Okay, thank you so much. We're cutting over to the journalist. I think Mildred was it who wanted to talk to the journalist, correct? Okay, so how is that going to happen? You can find Danny standing in the front. She's not in the town hall anymore. She's like in the entrance part area. Furiously, she's on her phone, and it seems like she's trying to get a spot in the next morning's paper of the Brindlewood Beacon. You enter the entrance hall as she's screaming, "But I need the title page!" Brian, you have to understand, I need the title page. You won't believe what is happening here.
So can she try to overhear when Danny makes her case of why she needs the front page? Like, if she gives them any reasons of, why it's so interesting, if she can overhear, some information she didn't know before.
Would you like to make that a meddling move?
Absolutely. Let's make that a meddling
Okay.
move.
I would say that's presence as well.
All right. Yes, because she's just nonchalantly walking over and just pretending she's not listening. Because we're the Snoopy grandmas. All right. That is a 10.
It is a 10. That is a great result for that roll. And you see that she's stepping to the side a little bit, and she's lowering her voice, but you crank your hearing aid up to 10, and that helps you. That's supernatural hearing, basically, for old ladies. And you can overhear what she says, and she says something like, "I told you before, Brian, I had this. I was already on his case. There was rumor. There was something in the water. I'm telling you. There were rumors that he was taking bribes all along, and now he's shot 2 shots right through the chest. And then you can't imagine the scenery here. The whole place is pandemonium. I'm telling you. We need the front page. The people of Brindlewood Bay need to know." So you can write down a clue. That it seems like someone tried to bribe Ace.
She's gonna text Muriel and Josie in the biggest font, that you can get on the phone. She's just like, "Took bribes? ? Was on the scoop? ? That's totally what my grandma would do.
Okay, and please remind me really quick, who was the third person we wanted to talk to?
That was
Mayor.
the mayor to ask
Mayor.
about how.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joseph,
I
please
don't
go
know
ahead.
where the exits are.
Yeah, he's still searching for them.
Hi, yes.
No, he's I won't say he's running around like a chicken with a cut off head, but he is not. His composure score is really low right now. He's not holding it together well. He's running around the hall. He's trying to phone the police, but as all of you know, no one is at the police station right now. They took off. So
It's a Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, every one of you has the private phone numbers. Obviously, that's how Mildred reached the deputy. But there's no way Wyman Dalrymple can be reached in the police office right now, police station right now. No chance in hell. He's fishing, absolutely, in the wonderful Brindlewood Harbor, probably somewhere offshore. But he's trying to get anything done, talk to people, and he's just running around the hall and trying to get the situation under control and failing massively.
Yes. I would actually like to use my maven move here.
Okay.
Which is the move's called Philip Marlowe. And it says that once per mystery, as long as no other maven is in the scene, which is the case here, you can do a first-person narration of your arrival in a location or your first encounter with the suspect. Whatever you narrate is true, but it cannot conclusively solve the mystery. No two mavens can have this move at the same time. So basically, yeah, that's Josephine's little special ability here. And I strut into this little floor here, where the mayor is still fishing around for anything useful.
Nice choice of words, yeah.
Yes, he's clearly just as rattled as everyone else, and I kind of play that up a little bit too. That was really scary. What just happened there? It was right next to me. And then I just kind of approach him like, May Simmons, could we have a word real quick? I'm a little bit worried about all that. And I was wondering if you perhaps, if you know anything about who might have done this, or...
Okay, and how is your Maven move coming to play here? Because as I get it, you can change something about the situation.
Yeah, and just would like him to explain how it came to be that this famous and like very successful poker player took part in this random charity event for a random town very far away from the place.
Absolutely. Okay. I would think, because we're nearing the time where we have to go over to theorize. He tells you, because of your Maven move and because he has no composure at all anymore. He would tell you his greatest shame right now. He would tell you the color of his underwear. He would tell you the person who he met out with the first time or whatever. He would tell you everything, and he admits to you that he used taxpayer money from Brindlewood Bay to get Charles Ace Rogers to come to play for Brindlewood Bay, and he gave him just a lot of money to come. That's what he did, because he wanted the prestige. He wanted to win the next elections, and he just said, "You don't have to do anything. Just come here, play, but please come. I give you like a lot of money." That's what he did.
Sadly, not illegal. It's skeezy, scummy, but it's not illegal.
I think it's fucking illegal. It's misappropriation.
Not over here, because he would
fuck
get
America.
Paid. He would get paid for the appearance.
Okay.
Out of city funds, because it's a city event. Then it's not a bribe, and if it gets paid after, the Supreme Court said it's a gratuity.
Your legal system is fucked over there.
What isn't?
I'm very sorry. Okay, yeah, but that's what he tells you, and he looks like he drunk Veritaserum basically. He is flustered after he tells you, but he is no reconciliation anyhow to not tell you anything you want.
Right. Message in the group chat: bribes, and period.
Okay. So, what happens now is, after you have gathered that much information, and I think clue after clue after clue, you can put that down as a clue as well if you like, that the mayor shelled out the taxpayers' money for his own prestige. You get together and we go over to the theorize part of this mystery, where we can all, mostly the three of you, but I can also have some ideas and stuff. We will try to solve this murder together right now. What do we think?
Well,
our clues.
Sure.
Let's see.
I just one through them all.
Sorry, but he's raising money for something that we don't even know about. Where's that money going? We know he got paid to come here, but yet he's raising money for a charity nobody knows about.
Yes.
Is this a slush fund for the mayor?
Or maybe that's just a name he came up with to disguise that he's
pocketing the money.
Yes, and maybe using it to pay off his Well, maybe he's got some debts or anything like that. I don't know.
Yeah,
But he's successful.
maybe-
He's usually he wouldn't need that.
Maybe he needs to bankroll the next game. You don't know what's going on, but you know what?
Mm.
They might have come for the double reason of getting paid for his appearance and to pocket the money for a charity that does not exist. So
Yes.
he would come here for these two. So we already incorporated 2 clues. So if that's why he came here for, let's see what would happen if we look at the rest of the clues. We know that Danny was on his tail because she thought that he was taking bribes. So maybe he wasn't only taking bribes for appearances, but also to throw games.
Mm.
And she had a camera. She was trying to spy on them. So maybe he's having a lot of money troubles, and that's why he came here. And that's why she kind of knew something was going on.
Yes.
But then who would shoot him for that? That's here in our tiny town.
Maybe someone who found out about the bribes, or like the specific bribe that the mayor did here.
I mean, it is very, very bad taste. It's in very bad taste.
Maybe for point. Maybe he was
shooting someone or bribing someone.
Yes.
I mean, paying someone to win a charity thing, you know, and taking the money away from the charities. That's a shitty thing to do. So
maybe someone found. Go ahead. Oh,
I'm wondering because again, Tony he would have won.
Yes.
Who cares the most about Tony and his cause?
I would also throw in the room that there's still this the charity that Ace played for that no one knows anything about.
Yes.
So that's also a clue that you had.
Yeah, we were trying to say that, you know, that charity didn't actually exist. And he was trying to pocket that money.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, sorry. I was
I talk
busy donating money to the fundraiser for a second.
To force yourself to make
force myself
stuff.
to give some incentive to someone forcing me, basically.
So all of this about the money. So the motive is definitely Ace's motive was money, and somebody didn't like what he was doing, and he didn't get shot with his own gun, but somebody left him a message in the gun. Was that a threat?
Yes.
You think they tried to threaten him, or
was someone trying to make it appear that something is happening that isn't even happening?
Yeah, maybe the letter in the gun is a red herring. Yes, but that's also a very weird place to hide a letter, because you wouldn't find that until he was like using and cleaning the gun,
or did they put that in there to make sure he couldn't shoot someone because it would have messed with the bullet? Were they planning on doing this later and wanted to make sure he couldn't defend himself?
But then why did they do it now in front of everyone?
That's a good question. What did he do that made someone so passionate and so full of bleh?
Maybe he wasn't the real target. Maybe the intention was to kill him, but not for the sake of killing him, for the sake of sending a message to the mayor of you cannot take money away from these charities to go to yourself. And so somebody who cares a lot about the charity work maybe wanted to send a message to the mayor by killing his star player.
And maybe she wanted to be at the table so she would have an alibi.
Oh.
What also could be the case is what we have to remember is there were at least 2 people shooting at Ace. So there was the bullet hole that went straight through his back, and there's the bullet hole that went up his nether, basically. So maybe there were two possible killers in this case that did it at the same time.
Did they set up a trap for whoever was supposed to sit in that chair, which would have been him because he got the special chair. And then when he didn't react to the first one, they thought they now had to. I mean, it's a little crazy, but
so is killing somebody at a poker tournament.
That's true.
right.
Yes.
That's right.
So what I am thinking is that two separate people are trying to had separate motives to kill Ace, and did so. And for some play of fate, two of the guns happened to shoot at the exact same time. So you only had two gunshots.
Right. So they weren't working together. They were both separately.
That's what I am thinking.
Yeah.
So one person was trying to get away with it,
Hmm.
and maybe set at the red herring of, or in the gun, or set up somebody else, and then somebody else was overwhelmed by their anger
Hmm.
and shot them.
Yes. The thing is also, whoever was under the table had to get away very quickly. And then,
I mean, what if they're underneath in the basement? I mean, our building here is pretty shoddy. They're done built with cement and rebar. This
so
is
they
all
shot through
plywood
the door
and
oh,
yeah.
Or they
You can-
were close enough to be able to play it like nothing happened. Like the nude person, Amelia Emerson, who's just sitting right next to him.
But you can punch a hole in this wall, or when somebody tickles you, you can accidentally kick a hole in the drywall. It happens. It happens.
I know how that houses built in America are like.
It's basically wood
Yeah.
underneath your feet. So, so it could come from the basement where somebody set it up, and that must have been somebody who had access, because you would be able to get away the easiest. But the one who did it out of passion.
the thing is, Mike, as the caterer, would probably have had access to the basement, right?
Oh, he did put up the other things too, didn't he?
He would be someone who would have been angry because he really wants the money to benefit Brindlewood Bay. So he would have a motive to be angry.
That's people's lives. That's
people's lives. So I didn't. It's sad because he obviously has the precondition of being criminal, so he would know his way around guns. But he's also like he's passionate. He could have just lost it for a second and just said, "You are not doing this. I just found the money.
Yeah.
You're getting money. That is diverted away from our city, and I just won't have it. If I have go back to jail, that's what it's. Then it be it so. But I won't let you run off with the money." That might have been a motive.
Or he told somebody, because why would he tell us about the money if he's the one who shot him?
Maybe just to be so
As a distraction.
cooperative that
And
no one wants you.
he would want people to find out that there were bribes, right?
Yeah, so the other people would have a reason for that too.
So
Yes.
that I would say that makes sense, that the shot from underneath came through the basement and was sadly fired by Mike Taylor, the caterer, who wants to do good but didn't maybe think this through completely.
So he would do that and then rush back up so he can help with securing the crime.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
He might not even have wanted to kill him. He might just have wanted to stop him from playing.
Yeah.
Thinking
At
that
the
if he
exact
shoots
same
him in the butt
time-
or in the leg, he wouldn't die.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was just angry. He lost his cool for a second there. That's the problem, I think. And he would have the precondition to probably do so. And then there were two other shots coming from. We know that they came from the right side of the audience, basically.
Yes.
Which is the place where the journalist was sitting when Mildred first talked to her. So, because the time is a little bit tight, what I am thinking, and you can absolutely disagree with me, but what I am thinking is maybe she wanted this story so badly, because a detail we haven't revealed yet, but we can say that the maiden mavens know her for that. She wants to be a really professional and really Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist, really, really bad.
Well, you're not
And
getting there with
You
this.
don't, and you're not getting a Pulitzer Prize when you write for the Brindlewood Beacon. It's just not happening. You have to write for the Times or whatever. So
She
she
has
needs.
tried to level up when she was writing about the real estate guy, Dean, who's kind of, trying to sell out our stuff and build like condos.
Absolutely. So she has that sense of
Yeah.
justice in her, but she needs a big story. She needs a breakthrough, basically.
So if we're
Maybe
doing the
the
math,
vibe was just an excuse for what's a trigger for something that she already had the desire to do, but felt like, no, this is wrong. And then the vibes came along and thought, okay, now I have justification.
because she might have been ready to do something, and then she might have been shocked by the first shot or whatever
Hmm.
into doing it, or she overheard Mike. We
Mm.
don't know that, but we included the fake charity, the society, the Daniel spying, shot through the chair, 2 bloody bullet holes. We brought in the pistol as a red herring.
That might have been set up by Danielle to make the story
To
more
set it up.
interesting. Yeah.
That he was shot to the chest, and the letter that was hidden in the barrel of the gun. The only thing we have not brought in yet is the name that was scratched out of the bullet.
Yes.
We put a name on a bullet with kind of.
That's definitely
That's really good, actually.
with the sense for the dramatic.
Yes.
Again, maybe that was what was Danielle to set it up,
Intrigue.
to make it look like somebody was so angry at him
Yes.
that they put his name on it, and it just got
It's
striations of getting shot ruined it.
Maybe it's just also maybe Danielle also etched Ace in there because she planned this beforehand and she wanted this. She got wind of the bribe. Someone in the mayor's building just stuck that kind of information to her, and she said, "Okay, I need the big breakthrough story. I will set up everything. There has to be as much intrigue as possible." But she doesn't really know how to go about it, so she just takes cliches from detectives' books. She puts up the letter in the barrel and thinks, okay, that's cool. If someone finds that is the cool detail for my story. And she puts the name Ace on the bullet. It says, if someone finds the bullet, that is going to be so cool, just like in the stories. And I can write my article about that. And maybe I can even write a book. Maybe that's what she's thinking. I can sense that really.
She would have probably arrived early, so could have had time to place the gun where I found it.
Yeah,
Snuck it from him, or get some other shenanigans. But
it might not even be his gun.
Yeah.
It might just be a gun that looks like it would be a poker player's gun.
Yeah.
So,
it is a little on the nose. It is a little.
That is true.
But that means now that we have a very, very good foundation, because we're going to start with 8, and then roll on top of that to see if we're right. But one of us has to roll.
So we have to. We have to subtract the 4 because that's the complexity of the thing. So someone will have to roll. And then we will add +4 to the dice roll, because we managed to incorporate 8 of the clues that you gathered. You did really well. Vivacia, you also won something in the giveaway. Congratulations.
2.
I did too?
Yeah, you were above me. I saw you scrolling by.
Awesome. Lovely.
We're winners. We're all winners.
Nice.
Awesome.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Cool. I love that. So, yeah. Congrats to all of us. And now someone has to roll 2d6 +4 and see if we can apprehend the suspect or the suspects.
See if I can redeem these dice.
Okay.
Okay. Well, that was a 4 on the dice. +4 is 8.
Okay. 8. So, please how would you like to go on about confronting Mike and Danny about what you have found out?
I have Mike's phone number from the business card, so I'm just going to give Mike a ring. You had a chat with Danny earlier. Could you go and get her? If we have them both together, that'll be a bit easier.
Yeah, we can do that. And then maybe Josie can call Sam, because I still
Yes.
haven't seen Sheriff Dalrymple, the loser. He's not even here yet. I'll be taking a nap again and eating a donut, and she just kind of stomps off.
Yeah. So we get everyone together.
But you can get everyone together, but you can also. I like the idea of Muriel calling Mike before revealing everything in front of everyone, if that is what you want to do.
Yes, yeah. Just a case of there's something really important that we're going to need to talk about. Can you come and meet me in the back room, please?
And he says, okay, sure. But if this is just for you planning, want me to hire for your next catering, this is really a really creepy way to go about it. But I'll be there. Give me 5 minutes. And
thank you, love.
You can go to the back room, and he joins you there, and he comes and he's looking friendly again. He's not looking like he's aggressive towards you or anything. He's just there. He just comes in and stands here and says, "Hi, Muriel. What can I do for you?"
He's going to reach out to just would you hold my hand for a minute? This is going to be a little bit difficult.
Of course. Can I help you? Is everything okay, Muriel?
Yeah, we know it was you who was in the basement.
You see how his face, his smile vanishes, and his facial features drop, and he's not aggressive. He knows shit is up. He got caught. It's just, yeah. I'm sorry. I lost it for a second. It's just I couldn't bear the thought. All that money, all of the lovely people here in the town hall raising money for so many good charities and good causes. And then this fucking politician and this character, he doesn't even want to say his name, this character just trying to put it all in their own pockets. It's just got the better of me. I'm sorry.
I know, I completely understand why you did it. It's he was making life worse for everybody here. But there's nothing really we can do. Now, we do have to take what we know to the police. Otherwise, someone who didn't do it might wind up being accused.
Muriel, do you trust me?
Yeah.
And he looks. It's puppy eyes. It's like he's not trying to manipulate you. He's just really he's sad. You see a profound sadness in his face, and he says, "Okay, let's make a deal. Okay, I survived prison once. I can do it again, and I got back on my feet once. I can do it again. And I think if I explain to Tony what happened, he might understand. I don't know." But I can do this. But if you give me 24 hours to get my stuff in order and everything together, and I can say goodbye to my girlfriend and get everything done, then I will go to the police tomorrow before midday, and this will be resolved. Okay? But
Okay.
if you would do that for me, you would forever have my gratitude.
Do it. Go and say goodbye. No one deserves to have someone ripped away from them without explanation.
Thank you. It is very much appreciated. Okay. And he leaves, and we cut over to the other scene
before he leaves.
of apprehension as Josie and Mildred try to get a hold of Danny, the journalist, how are you trying to do this?
Well, we know where she was yelling into the phone, and we also know that she's probably going to try and take pictures and try and get her big scoop. So she will probably be somewhere close to the body. And if we get Muriel's text that says Mike will surrender himself tomorrow, just saying goodbye, then we'll just chase down Danny, and you know. Hey Becca, keep your eye out. We're about to nail the bitch.
And as
And
you
hang up.
as you you try to do this as gently as possible, because you don't want to cause a scene, you don't want to have any violent aggression. But the problem is in the moment where Josie and Mildred close in on Danny, the journalist. At the same moment, the deputy walks into the front doors, and as soon as Danny, with her sharp eyes, sees the two of you and the deputy, she knows shit is up. Because she's, as we established, she's not a professional. She's doing this the first time. For the first time, she just wanted to have a good story. She's read one too many detective novels, just as you have, but she ended up on the other side of the law. And she bolts. She makes a run for it. She jumps up, leaves through the door, and is trying to get away. What are you doing?
We still do have that extra object, which is a pair of glasses, if I remember that right. What if that would have been Mildred's glasses, and she put them on so she could see better? Maybe that would give her advantage in trying to catch her or cut her off. So now she can see where she's going.
Absolutely.
And she knows where the exits are.
It's I would grant that Mildred can put up her glasses and counteract maybe the little bit of loss of sight that you have when you get older, and she immediately sees what's up as the deputy enters the door, and in the same swing,
Find her!
and you run after her, and you can tell people to run after her. Josie, do you also want to get the ball, get the run on her? Basically,
yes, I also try to get after her.
Okay, so
do you have a cozy item that you could use to trip her up or something?
I think in the grandchild care kit that I have,
I love it.
I would say there's maybe, I don't know, some marbles or something like that I expecting something like this might happen, might have dropped somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, absolutely. I would say that is a day move. That is a day move that you can do. We never did one of those before, but I would like you to say what is the worst thing that could happen when you throw the marbles at her.
That someone, like, when the worst thing that could happen is that she
stumbles herself.
Isn't that Danny
doesn't trip,
but one of the elderly ladies does.
I absolutely see that. Okay, then please roll. Give me a day move. I'd say that is physicality, and roll it with advantage.
Physicality with advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. So vitality, right?
Vitality, exactly. That's what it's called.
That's a 6.
That is a 6. Okay. So what it happens what you think, what you feared it would. So you roll the marbles, and actually it's Mildred who slips on them and loses the
balance.
Balance, and falls on her face, sadly. And so what actually happens in this case is that Danny, the journalist, gets away.
Oh
she
no.
runs through the door. She bolts. And a few seconds later, you can hear the screeching tires of a car getting away. And this is where this adventure will end, with one suspect apprehended and one still on the run. And I mean, we didn't hit 4,000, but I think we will have to finish this another time and see that we can get Danny in another mystery for Brindlewood Bay.
Yes.
And I'm so thankful that you chose to play with me today. Thank you for the audience for watching. Thank you for donating. I think someone's had $180 in this game alone and 930 bucks. My name is Tom. I use they them pronouns. You can find me everywhere on all socials at @TomSUR and on Instagram at PodAgainst. Please, really quick, give us a rundown of your contacts and projects you are working on right now, and then we wrap this up so the next game can start.
Hello. Yes, my name is Kieran. I also use they them pronouns. I'm part of the Rose Court project, which is a pre-recorded Thirsty Sword Lesbians actual play, which is also raising money for PCRF. That'll be in October, so if you're interested in that, go and follow the Okami's House of Dreams Twitch channel. If you want to know what I'm up to, you can follow me on Blue Sky at Kieran-Hingston.
Awesome, thank you. Vivi.
Hi, I'm Vivi or Vivacia. That's how you can find me pretty much all over Discord. I'm the one who posts all the memes because that's my love language.
You are.
You can find my other stuff at vivacia.contact.bio. I also have some of my games and some of my old Brindlewood games on there too because I love this game. And I am also the coolest thing I'm doing right now is being involved with the Rose Court project, which Okami is putting together, which will be a big charity pre-recorded event raising money for a similar cause as we're doing right now. And just keep up with us so you can know when we started, because it's going to be a thirsty sword lesbian.
Ooh.
Amazing, with multiple tables. You're going to love it.
We have one of those coming up as well for this weekend. Please, Nova, finish us off.
Yes.
Where can we find you?
I'm Nova. You can find me basically anywhere at Ulysses Dice. That's spelled on Blue Sky for my tabletop account, like these things. Otherwise, like dying. But yeah, in terms of projects, I do art sometimes.
It's awesome.
Look at that.
We love creative people. That's awesome. Okay,
Yes.
and so thank you very, very much, all of you out there in chat and in the audience. We raised awesome money today, and we will raise some more money in the next games. You can, by the way, find me again tomorrow at the same time that this game has been, where I will play an awesome character in a game of Dungeons and Dragons 5e. So stay tuned, stay with us for the whole weekend, and let's get those $5,000 for the PCRF. And thank you so much for all of you being here. We will wrap this up right now so the next game can start. Bye.
Hey.
We got the designer.
What? Jason Cordova is here in the chat. This is amazing.
Hi.
It was so great. Jason, this was the first time that I run anything online for charity. And I couldn't have chosen a better system to do this. I had so much fun. Thank you so much for writing this and being here. And yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much. I had so much fun preparing for all of this, and lovely to have you here. That's so great. Thank you so much for joining in. Okay, that's my call. Sadly, we have to finish this up right now. But yeah, that's awesome. Bye everyone.
Bye.
See you in the next days.
Bye.